We are live with Captain of the White Walkers, Mr. Morris Kasson, and of course the emotional, spiritual, vocal leader over here, Mr. Raw Dog. Oh! Although you're no slouch yourself, because every time I see like even a ball two, I hear yes.
Well, listen, he keeps me young.
He does.
He keeps me young.
Okay, guys, we have so much to talk about. Let's start with the Maccabee game. That 11-inning, all-time, instant classic. I have a couple of questions because I reviewed the film. I did a show with Maccabees last night that we're going to release. I spoke with Jimmy Malach. We are going to have wall-to-wall coverage, by the way. And I have
hope Jack picked against us again.
So I will not reveal that yet. But let me ask you something. In the 7th inning, when it was 1-1 still, you guys took the lead in the top of the 7th.
Correct.
Shimmy came up, base hit. You came up after him, base hit. You came up, you grounded out, but the runner went to third. All three of you guys swung at the first pitch. There were 3 pitches in that inning. You had first and third, one out. Was that a plan that you said before you came up, let's attack early? Or is that just how it...
Well, you know, the plan was we felt like when it came to Mikey, you have to just swing level and not let Mikey's pitches get to you, because he'll come in straight, he'll come in loop, he'll come in, you know, he'll play with you a little bit, and he won't blow by you. So we felt, take the best pitch that you see, and if you really love that first pitch, go hack it. So you'll see in the tape there were a lot of guys swinging first pitch early in the count. Ike Mavora, if you remember, I think it was his first pitch of that bat, is the one that he launched into the gap over there.
Yes.
So before running straight into Eric.
He ran into you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Because I still never saw what.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he fell, if he got
No,
hurt.
it was a collision at first.
Collision at first.
With you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right into me. Boom. You should see
He
the mark on his.
he has a dog bite, as he calls
That
it,
is
on
great.
his collarbone. So
That
yeah,
is
we
great.
went up there hacking and looking for good pitches and putting bat on ball and seeing what can happen. It wasn't particularly a strategy, but you know, trying to get up there and make something happen.
It was the 7th inning, 1-1 game, and you got to be aggressive. You know what I mean? He's pitching great all day long.
Yeah, he pitched.
And
he pitched
you know, the last thing
phenomenally.
you want to do is get
Really
behind an
pitched great.
account on Mikey, because he was pitching beautifully, and we had to see what we liked, and we took the first pitch, and he had to be aggressive, and we had to jump on whatever we.
It's crazy how many more base runners you guys had, how many more chances you had than them. And I guess that's better. You don't want to be the team that can't get on at all. You want to be the team that gets on. But it was just how many times they got out of jams with the ground ball to Lee, touch second,
Twice.
throw to first, and he's been doing it forever, that same play.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's funny though. You know, in that game, I don't think any of us were particularly worried that we were going to come out victorious, simply because we were getting runners on, and Leo was pitching a gem.
A gem.
He's
beyond the
no
gem.
hitter into
Perfect.
the 5th. Perfect into the no hitter into the 5th, and you know, we've always felt, you know, I think we as a team have lost the majority of the games that we've lost this season.
100%.
It hasn't been Leo, so Leo keeps us in games. So as long as we kept hitting and getting on base, we would be able to come out with a win, and I think that's why we went up there hacking, and you know.
Okay, so now let's fast forward to the 11th. No, let's go bottom 7. Can't skip the bottom of the 7. Okay.
Skip it.
What did you see? Because I was here, people were there, people saw different things. We saw Mavora's glove after the play. What did you see on the ground ball to John? It was a slow hit grounder, a fast runner, and a play at first.
We could try to say this happened, that happened, this happened.
What are you going to say happened? You're straight talk express
I'm
over
raw, and you know I am.
Yes.
John threw the ball away.
Okay.
John, I know you're watching this. I love you. You're my team. And if I wasn't able to call you out, then we're not family. And he threw the ball away. You can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's a routine ground ball to John that he makes 10 out of 10 times. And like I said in the video, nerves are going to get to you.
So
you're in the semifinals game, game 3.
I love this beard. It's great.
Yeah,
Thick
you're 1 out away from making the World Series.
You're right there.
A lot of things going through your head. You're the one to make it, and who knows, maybe the hand slipped, this slipped, that slipped, but at the end of the day, I was standing right there watching the whole thing happen, and it looked like he threw it away.
I was with you over there, and I was scared to turn around. Okay, go.
So for me, I was playing short center. I was literally right next to
there.
John. So the play was, I forgot exactly who was on second base. Was it DC on second base?
It was Joey Cohen
Joey
on
Cohen.
second base. Yeah.
Right, it was Joey Cohen. And Joey, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he did a phenomenal job of delaying John. So John couldn't charge the ball. He had to wait for the ball to get to him. Bub did not hit it particularly hard.
No.
And the ball was rolling to him. So when he finally got the ball, whether he rushed the throw or not, it was offline. You could say Ike could have come off the bag and gotten it, but ultimately, the throw was offline. I told John after the fact. He agreed. But the key here, and we can go into it as we go into the later innings, John played a flawless shortstop after that, and that's
those two deep outs by the grass.
There is mental fortitude there. He was able to put it behind him, put it in the past, and forget about it, and keep us in that game.
It's funny because I was watching him after that play. He was a little upset at himself, but he was not distraught. He was okay. And every play after that, I almost noted it on the highlights also. Like, I was particularly watching how are his throws going to be, because we've all seen it. We've all seen a terrible error. We're all human. Everyone's going to make an error. We're not professionals. We've all seen a terrible error, and then we've seen it balloon specifically at shortstop over the years. No matter how great you are, it seems to happen, and it did not happen. You're right about that. And what about Leo? Because all of a sudden, man on second, bottom seven, Lee Zakaria and A.B. Cohen up. First, I didn't know if you were going to walk Lee or not to get to AB.
Right.
Either way, one base hit in the season is suddenly over.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think we didn't end up walking Lee, right?
No.
Yeah, and I was against that particular. I really wasn't. I wasn't totally into it. But we said, Leo, just go at him hard, throw him whatever. I don't care if it's not in the strike zone. Throw it as hard as you can. Play with him, and we got him to, I think, pop up. Or was it?
Yeah, he flew out.
Flew out. So, we did. It worked. It worked.
The biggest thing about Leo is that he was humming all day. He was so locked in. He didn't see anything else around him, because as a pitcher, once that blunder happens, it's hard for you to come back when you know that you're one out away. You pitched an amazing game. You got the ground ball you wanted. You have the best defense in the league, and you're expecting to be in the World Series in the matter of the next 5 seconds. And before you know it, ball's in the parking lot. This one's rounding, and now you got a 2-all game. And Leo could have said, screw this, my head's there, my this, that, and started there. And before you know it, game over, and the White Walkers are walking home, and the Maccabees are in the World Series.
Now, besides for that play, in speaking to the Maccabees after, they felt they hit the ball on the ground all day. They hit a bunch of line drives, and you guys made every play on the infield, which is how you were billed from the draft, is that this team has an infield that's second to none. Across the diamond, third, short center, second, and first. All positions. By the way, Leo himself made a few nice plays also at pitching. Okay, let's go to the 11th inning now. You have you have first and second, nobody out, then a double play. Now you have man on third, 2 outs all of a sudden.
Yeah, these double plays got to get rid of it.
Get
away from us. Oh my God.
It looks like the Maccabees are going to escape their 12th jam in 11 innings or something.
It's true.
And they elected to pitch to Abe Haber. I wonder if the 7th inning came into play, because in the 7th inning, Shimmy got a base hit on the first pitch. You got a base hit on the first pitch. Maybe he goes, let me get Abe Haber over here and not face those guys. Or maybe I felt you put the man on, you get the force at second, because now at short or at second or at short center, there's no throw. It's much easier. I felt you walk that guy, you pitch to the next guy, regardless of who it is. Because I don't see much of a difference between Shimmy, you, and Abe Haber, all similar hitters in my eyes. So I would have walked him there and not pitched him. What would you have done, and what did you think they were going to do?
I would have walked him. I will say that. I get the logic of not wanting to put a guy on that could give them the insurance run, especially the way Shimmy's been hitting lately. And Shimmy knows Mikey from the night league. He's played against him. This is not his first rodeo against him. So I sort of understand the decision, but I don't know why you don't set up that force, especially the way Abe's been hitting this year.
And what about you? What were you thinking?
To be honest, if you look at our lineup from 1 to 10, there's not one person in that lineup that hasn't done anything yet this season. Every single person in that lineup has hit the ball hard. And if it's not Abe, then it's Shimmy. And if it's not Shimmy, then it's Mo-Kass. If it's not Mo-Kass, then it's me. And if it's not me, then it's Benny. And then we turn the line over to Eddie. And every single name in there has been hitting so far this season. So, to be honest, I think Mikey did the right thing. He had the stuff. He was pitching hard all day. He said, you know what, one more route, let me take control. You can't say, what if I walked him? Who knows what's going to happen?
And the truth is, Abe has a tendency of swinging at high pitches and popping up. So, I mean, I really probably shouldn't say that. but he has, and I think he did pop up earlier in the game. He was happy. He wasn't happy about it. So maybe Mikey saw that and said, I got him once. Let me get him again. And
this time he sat back on that pitch. Yep.
Okay, so Raw Dog, your point just now leads us right into the World Series game. Because Naby, over his career here, but anywhere, he feasts on bottom of lineups. I mean, bottom people cannot hit him. He's too fast. He's too good. Okay, the top guys, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, they're going to be able to catch up to anything. But usually, the 8, 9, 10 of a lineup cannot touch him, and he gets 2 or 3 innings where he just chills. Now he's got a 4-inning game instead of a 7-inning game. Your team is different. This guy, Bensta, how good of a day did he have yesterday?
I got to tell you something. Ben had a career day yesterday.
He had a career day.
And I couldn't be more proud of the guy. Could not be more proud of the guy. There was a point in time in the last game, the Maccabee game, where because of the way Ben is hitting this year, he'll tell you, he goes, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I was going to pinch hit for him, for Leo, because we got a guy on third. We just got to get the run in. And Ben told me, no, let me hit. Eddie Rishti and Ben told him, no, let him hit. He's been hitting, he's been up there. It's better than getting cold bat in there. Gets up, lays a single, run, scores. That was just in that game. And then he comes to the Naby game, and the guy has 2-3 hits, hard hit balls. And
crazy.
He was looking phenomenal.
Okay.
And hopefully he turns it into game 2.
Now you're down 4-2. They get bases loaded, nobody out. They got that because of a rundown that didn't execute perfectly well. The guy got back to third. Now it's bases loaded, nobody out. Fly ball by Lewis to Joe Greenberg. He's playing almost short center field, how shallow he was playing. I guess he wanted to get the guy out at home.
Exactly.
So he's playing shallow. We get that. But it was basically a high pop. He drifted back right off his glove.
He'll tell you that it wasn't off his glove, and he'll take the blame for it. He'll say he dropped it. He said he had it in his glove, and he let go. And he'll say that he won't even make an excuse. He said he was trying to gun the guy out at home. I spoke to him right after the play. He said he was trying to gun the guy out at home before he caught the ball. The same way, if you're a wide receiver in football, you try running upfield before you catch the ball, it doesn't work. So Joseph tried to gun the man out at home before he even caught the ball, and he said it's on him. He knows that.
So again, just an error. Nothing you can do about it.
But 2 runs scored in a huge error.
I will say it was demoralizing at the point.
It was at the point
because we were hitting Naby, and he'll tell you, balls were coming off the bats hard.
Yeah,
just right at guys, and we felt good, but the scoreboard didn't reflect that. And when something like that happens, and some other errors were happening, it started to flatten us a little bit. And I personally will tell you, and I told my team, I felt like that game had gotten out of reach. And my credo the entire season was, you play every pitch like it's the last, and you take every pitch as if it's a 0-0 game. And I sort of let that get to me, but at the same time, 6-2, we weren't putting up runs, so.
So 6-2.
It was a big hit.
Somehow, no further damage that inning.
Yeah.
With top of the order coming up. Jimmy,
pop up,
Buka, and then Max. And Max has been hitting great this year. Jimmy is always great, and Buka punishes the ball. So you have 3 straight guys that don't get another run in. It's 6-2. You guys get 2 quick outs in the 7th, and basically the game's over. 6-2, 2 outs in the 7th. Doesn't matter who's up. Doesn't matter who the next 5 guys up are. You're down by 4 against the top pitcher, and with 2 outs. I mean, just crazy. Okay, Raw Dog base hit, hustling down the line on a bum ankle.
Never given up.
As Eddie Richty said, he has only running on 3 paws. As he told me. But, you know, just to see that type of hustle, seriously, that type of effort on that play at that time when it seemingly means nothing is that's what the game's all about, really. You know?
Yeah.
I've never been about giving up, and like I said, it was like you said, it was 2 outs, 6-2 game, and doesn't mean the game's over. Until you get a third out, it's not over. So
gotta use your at bats. That's what I've been telling them all year long, and Eric did that, and he turned that hustle and that grit and that heart into a rally that.
From
be
nowhere.
Honest, we could have pulled it out of our butts. Then.
Oh my God!
If I could be limping down the first base line and it makes the guy behind me feel a little bit stronger, and then the guy behind him feel a little bit stronger, then I'm gonna do whatever I can do to get the team to win.
It must have done something, because then Bensta, beautiful double over the guy's head. Then top of the order. Now you have the big boys up. Eddie Richty, clean single. Now the tying run comes to the plate. So remember a few weeks ago over there when Butter was complaining about a low strike or whatever, I told them, guys, you didn't even have the tying run up. So no matter what happens, you know, Nussi could have hit a home run or whatever, you still didn't have the tying run up.
Right.
So to me, in watching baseball, it's never real till the tying run comes to the plate. Joe Greenberg comes up and launches a double as the tying run, and now the tying run is at second base. So now this is as real as could possibly be. You're a hit away, and Ike Mavora is up. And he's had big hits all day long today. So he didn't have his best hit. He hit a ground ball to second.
He hit hard, and this infield was not forgiving.
Exactly. So goes off of Buka. We all saw what happened. Jimmy the play. Now.
Yeah, by the way, I got to give Jimmy a lot of credit.
Jimmy, a great cover.
That was a very heady baseball play.
Really was.
Being able to get there and make the play. So it's very, very... Yeah,
and the execution, the throw, Lewis did not have to move.
Yeah, Jimmy's got it. Jimmy's got it as precise arm from the infield as they come. So.
Yeah, so he makes the throw. What do you think of a few questions of Greenberg going possibly through a stop sign? I don't know, but I don't know if he knows what a stop sign is. I have to check his DMV record. I'm not sure, but possibly through a stop sign. Were you okay with him going there? Do you think he should have stopped and let the next guy bat? What do you think?
You want to take it, Eric?
If you see Joe rounding third, he looks back twice at where the ball is. In the cameras, it's hard to see if there's any person holding him up. To be honest, the play before, Eddie Richty's coming to third and Jimmy Cohen's right in his face with the stop sign. You made a great video. Joseph's coming around. Nobody's in Joseph's face like this. You know what I mean? You got to be in Joe's face like that and hold him up. He would have held up. But at the end of the day, Joe was right here when that ball was caught. If Joe has a clear view of the plate, I think he's making it. But Lewis has a tendency to sit on the plate and not give any runner.
So this is what Jack Abadie was saying.
He said to see the plate, so he's blocking the whole plate.
Yeah.
The ump should have called something, but we can't go backwards.
Can't go backwards. I didn't think of this at the time. It never crossed my mind. But Jack Abadie said last night, Lewis is blocking the plate and
sitting on it.
Did
like
not give him a bat.
Did not give him anything. If Joe saw the plate, I'm telling you, I know Joseph, and I'm not just speaking because he's my brother. He would not stopped. He would have either slid around. He would have found a way to get the plate, but he couldn't see the plate. Lewis is literally sitting parked on the plate, and without a clear view of the plate, and he was sitting on the plate without even the ball. So now you're blocking the plate.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna go backwards.
I don't want to go backwards either. But at the same time, this is the Joe Greenberg, and I told him this. This is the Joe Greenberg you win with and you live with, and the one you die with. So, at the end of the day, there were, for every time that's happened, he's gotten thrown out. There's 2 times where that ball's thrown away. And I was telling you before before we started, Lewis made a bad throw to Salim.
It's crazy.
And that throw is in the dirt. If that throw is even fielded off by an inch, Joe's scoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Salim made a nice play.
And I'm gonna give SmackDown credit where credit's due. They perfectly executed that rundown. As you saw, there's a guy wheeling in, another guy wheeling in, throw to this guy, throw to that guy, throw to this guy. And there were 7 hands that touched the ball in that play.
It's crazy. And even the right fielder was
Albert
here ready
Sitt's
to
coming
catch
in.
it.
Marty Antony's
I'm looking
coming
at the numbers.
in.
I'm like, wait, who is this number? And I'm like, wow, this is Albert Sitt from right field. And then people that touch the ball are going in back of the line to do it again.
Phenomenal job by
They
them.
were all around, all
And,
SmackDown players.
yeah.
It was a great
When
play
did
by
they
them.
practice
Fundamental.
this?
Great play.
I
Max
don't know.
has
Max
it.
doesn't hold practices. So,
Well, guys, I have to tell you, you can't get a closer game than that. 2-3 feet away from the plate. I think you should feel good that you actually hit.
we do.
Well,
We feel good. We feel really good about our chances in this World Series. It's a shame that this one slipped away from us, but we feel really good. I was telling Eric last night, we got a really, really good shot at this thing, and I think if we continue to hit an AB as well as we did yesterday, as well as we did on Sunday, the balls are coming off our bats really good. If they just start to land, like baseball's a game of averages, right?
Yeah.
So you keep hitting the ball hard, something good is going to happen. As Max always tells me, hit the ball low and hard, think good things are going to happen. So
always does.
If you think about it this way, if you think about, instead of thinking about the loss as a negative, think about how we ended the game with 2 outs, hit after hit after hit after hit. And what is it? Not just one person. Everybody picked each other up. Everybody let the merry-go-round go and let the whole line keep going. And that's the biggest thing. And that's what I kept conveying to the boys. Not that we lost, but it's that how we rallied together with 2 outs in the 7th with nothing that meant anything, 6-2. We could have just stopped and the game would have been over 20 minutes before that.
You're
But
right,
instead,
and nobody hit a home run. Everyone just moved the line.
move
You're
the
right
line.
about that.
Nobody tried to make the big play. Everybody trusts everybody on our lineup, and that's the biggest thing. Doesn't matter if you're the 7 guy or the 1 guy or the 2 guy. Everybody trusts everybody. As long as the line keeps moving, this is going to be a long, long series.
That's a great point. Raw Dog, thank you, buddy.
Always great to have you. The best commissioner in the league.
Mo-Kass, thank you, buddy.
I also want to tell all the viewers out there how accommodating you have been all year. I know the working out the schedule for the World Series was not easy. I know we made it very difficult for you.
Yes.
Given Fridays, etc. But you've done a fantastic job.
Thank you,
this
Mo.
year,
Thank
and
you.
I know you. Every punch thrown at you, you've been taking
A lot of punches this week,
Yeah.
including late last night. We were still getting punched, but it's all good.
I only give kisses,
Let's
baby.
go. That's right. Raw Dog's really good. I love this guy. I love
All
you
right,
guys. Good
Thank you
luck.
very much.
And
Thank
let's
you.
see a nice long series.
Oh, man, I like that.
Thank you.